and at the end with another video, now with how to draw the ears in perspective. But first, I would like to remember that this video is a part of a playlist about the human figure in perspective here on the channel. And the links for my Instagram and Discord server of the channel are available on the video description. Going straight to the point of the video. I believe that many of you have already watched a tutorial or a video here on YouTube teaching how to draw the ears. Especially for the case of the ears, who have a simplified silhouette but have a complex structure. I see a necessity of stop thinking about the ears as a sticker and start to give volume and perspective. My goal with this video is show how can we see the ears on a three-dimensional space and the impact that the ears have on the perspective of our heads. As on the previous videos, I always think on a three-dimensional space, and I use cubes to simplify the three-dimensionality of any object. But looking to the anatomy of the human ears, using a cube is not the better choice. I prefer to use a rectangle as a starting point. We know that we can turn our head on a horizontal axis, like turning the head to the right or turning the head to the left. In this process, our ears follow the same movement. It's important to think about the relationship between the movement of the head in perspective and the movement of the ears in perspective. But we can also turn or move our head on a vertical axis, like moving the head up and down. We also have to think how the ears will behave in this situation and the overlap between the elements of the ears in perspective. As a way to facilitate the comprehension of the ears in perspective, on the top part of our rectangle I drew an ellipse. Depending on the way or on the angle that we are looking to the ears, the ellipse can be a cycle, because we have to think about the degree that the ellipse is facing and the way that it behaves in perspective. And to the bottom part, apart from the ellipse, I draw a tangent line that connects to the bottom part of the rectangle and giving us the rest of the ears. With these geometric shapes, we are able to rotate this in perspective and have proportional ears in any situation. And for a better comprehension, I decided to add colors to separate the parts of the ear. The top part is filled in blue and the bottom part is filled in green. And looking on the cases where the rotation is on a vertical axis, we can see that the blue part starts to overlap the green part, showing the principles of overlapping, because we are seeing the upper part of the ear. And when the rotation starts to invert, we can see that the overlapping starts to reduce, showing the importance of knowing how to deal with overlapping situation in perspective. Because if we try to draw the head in an extreme view where we'll have to overlap the features of the human figure, a bad overlapping will give you a different result comparing to the result that you want to achieve. We have to think about the relation between the ears and the head. I'm assuming that you already have the knowledge to draw the human head in perspective. The ears are placed between the top of the eye socket and the bottom of the nose. We can also see that we can connect the eye socket to the beginning of our ears, giving us the planes of the ears, showing the tilt or inclination that the ears have, because the ears are not literally in a 90-degree angle. They have an inclination depending on the point of view. And thinking about how our head behaves in a top view, it's important to literally understand the inclination of the ears. We can see here that the human ears are directed outwards from the head, and you have a structure that makes the connection between the ears and the cranium. And depending on the angle that we are looking to the ears will change the appearance, but the logic to the construction remains the same. And on an extreme situation where we can literally see our head on a top view, we will be able to see the degrees that the ears have comparing to a front view. And now we know that depending on the point of view, the ears will have a different inclination degree, so we'll be able to draw more accurate ears in perspective. And now we have examples showing how I apply this knowledge to draw ears in perspective. First, we have a three-quarter view. The human figure is mostly on a three-quarter or two-quarter view. We have specific situations where we have a front view or a side view. I started making the base mapping of the head, and for the ear I started drawing a rectangle that's following the same perspective of the head. Next, I drew an ellipse on the top part of the rectangle, and I drew a line that connects the ellipse to the bottom part of the rectangle, and we have the base shape to the ear. From this point is about stylization, because depending on the way that you want to draw, like a more realistic or anime style, you will have different solutions to solve the same problem. So my goal is to show how you can position the basic shape on the head in perspective. We also have a side view, and I started like previously making the base mapping of the head, and we know that the ear is placed in between the brow line and the bottom of the nose, and following the perspective I start drawing the rectangle for the ear, and the ear will follow the inclination of the jawline. And like previously, I drew a ellipse on the top part and I tangent line to the bottom of our rectangle, and we will have the basic shape to draw our ear. From them, like previously, is like stylization and stuff. And for the end, we have a back view. This view is so important because it shows us the plane that make the connection between the ear and the cranium. So we'll be able to think about the ear in a three-dimensional space, stopping thinking about the ear as a sticker without volume and perspective. This is basically what I wanted to show to you about the ears in perspective. My goal wasn't to go to stylization of the ear, but showing how it behaves in a three-dimensional space and how we can apply these in perspective. If I helped you, consider liking the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable the bell button so you'll be notified about new videos of the channel. And the links for the Discord and my Instagram account will be available on the description of the video. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. Until the next, bye bye.